Hi there today. We are going to practice some math questions. Let's get started. Question 1. 8,743 plus 2,193. Let's add these numbers. 3 plus 3 is 6. 9 plus 4 is 13. Write down 3 and carry over 1. 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 1 carried over. It is 9. 8 plus 2 is 10. Write down 10. The answer is 10,936. Question 2. 8,260 minus 3,467. Let's subtract these numbers. Since 0 is less than 7, we need to borrow from next column. So we borrowed 1 from 6. Our number is 10. Now 10 minus 7 is 3. Since we borrowed 1 from 6, it is 5. 5 is smaller than 6. Again, we have to borrow from next column, which is 2. Now our number is 15, and 15 minus 6 is 9. Since we borrowed 1 from 2, it is 1 now. 1 is smaller than 4, so we are borrowing 1 from the next column. Once we borrowed 1 from 8, it becomes 11, and 11 minus 4 is 7. Lastly, 7 minus 3 is 4. So the answer is 4,793. Question 3. 7,804 times 3 for 5, 6. Let's multiply these numbers. 6 times 4 is 24. Write down 4 and carry over 2. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 2 carried over is 2. 6 times 8 is 48. Write down 8 and carry over 4. 6 times 7 is 42 plus 4 carried over, it is 46. Write down 46. So 7,804 times 6 is 46,824. Now we are multiplying 7,804 and 5. The number 5 is in tens place, and its value is 50, which is 10 times bigger. So we put 0 in the first digit of the answer, which also means shifting 1 place to the left. 5 times 4 is 20. Write down 0 and carry over 2. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 2 carried over, which is 2. 5 times 8 is 40. Write down 0 and carry over 4. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 4 carried over, it is 39. So 7,804 times 5 is 39,020 shifted 1 place to the left, which is 390,200. Now we are multiplying 7,804 and 4. 4 is in the hundreds place, and its value is 400. So we put 20. 4 times 4 is 16. Write down 6 and carry over 1. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 1 carried over, which is 1. 4 times 8 is 32. Write down 2 and carry over 3. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 3 carried over, it is 31. So 7,804 times 4 is 31,216, shifted to place left, which is 3,121,600. Now we are multiplying 7,804 and 3. 3 is in the thousands place, and its value is 3,000. So we put 30. 3 times 4 is 12. Write down 2 and carry over 1. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1 carried over. It is 1. 3 times 8 is 24. Write down 4 and carry over 2. 3 times 7 is 21 plus carried over. It is 23. So 7,804 times 3 is 23,412, shifted 3 place left, which is 23,412,000. Finally, we are adding all these numbers. It will become 26,970,624. So 7,804 times 3,456 is 26,970,624. Question 4. In this question, we are going to use the divisibility rules from 2 to 11. We will see if 2,100 can be divided by these numbers. Let's check in order. If the last digit is 0 or even, the number can be divided by 2. The last digit of 2,100 is 0, so it can be divided by 2. If the sum of digits is divisible by 3, the number can be divided by 3. The sum of 2,100's digits is 3, and 3 can be divided by 3. So 2,100 can also be divided by 3. If the last two digits are 0 or a number that is divisible by 4, this means that the number can be divided by 4. The last two digits of 2,100 is 0, so it can be divided by 4. If the last digit of the number is 0 or 5, it can be divided by 5. The last digits of 2,100 is 0, so it can be divided by 5. If the number can be divided by both 2 and 3, it can be divided by 6. 2,100 can be divided by both 2 and 3, so it can also be divided by 6. To check if the number can be divided by 7, double the last digit and subtract from the rest of the number. If the result is 0 or a number that is divisible by 7, then the number can be divided by 7. Double the last digit of 2,100, which is 0. Then 210 minus 0 is 210. 210 can be divided by 7. This also means that 2,100 can also be divided by 7. If the last three digits of a number is 0 or a number that can be divided by 8, the number can also be divided by 8. The last three digits of 2,100 is 100, and 100 cannot be divided by 8. This means that 2,100 also cannot be divided by 8. If the sum of digits can be divided by 9, the number also can be divided by 9. The sum of the 2,100's digits is 3, and 3 cannot be divided by 9. This means that 2,100 also cannot be divided by 9. If the last digit is 0, it can be divided by 10. The last digit of 2,100 is 0, so 2,100 can be divided by 10. If the difference between the sum of the digits in the odd positions and the sum of the digits in the even positions is 0 or a multiple of 11, the number can be divided by 11. In 2,100, the sum of the digits in the odd positions is 2, and in the even positions is 1. The difference is 2 minus 1, which is 1. 1 cannot be divided by 11, so 2,100 also cannot be divided by 11. Now, let's move to question 5. 7,330 divided by 5. We are dividing digit by digit from left to right. How many 5s we have in 7? 5 times 1 is 5. There is 1 5 in 7. Write 1 here, and write down 5 below 7. Now, subtract 7 minus 5, which is 2. 2 is the remainder. Now bring down 3 next to 2. Our number is 23. So 5 times 4 is 20. Write 4 and write down 20 below 23. Subtract 23 and 20, which is 3. Bring down 3 next to 3. 5 times 6 is 30. Write 6 and write down 30 below 33. 33 minus 30 is 3. Now bring down 0 next to 3. 5 times 6 is 30. Write 6 and write 30 below 30. Subtract, which will become 0. So when we divide 7,330 and 5, it will become 1,466. You also can check your work by multiplying 1,466 and 5. Question 6. 1,575 divided by 21. So we are dividing from left to right. We know that we have to divide digit by digit, but we cannot divide 1 to 21. So we take one more digit, which is 5 next to 1. Now our number is 15. We also cannot divide 15 to 21. Again, we take one more digit, which is 7 next to 5. Our number is 157. Now we can divide 157 to 21. 21 times 7 is 147. Write 7 and write 147 below 157. Subtract, and it becomes 10. Now bring down 5 next to 10. Our number is 105. 21 times 5 is 105. Write 5 and write 105 below 105. Subtract, and it becomes 0. So 1575 divided by 21 is 75. That's it. We have come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching.